So our next task is that we have to fetch the Highland cows down, because today we're sending one off to Metrics in Glossop, which is our local abattoir. They're still running. We still need to eat. We still need to have a supply for our farm shop. So it's time for this cow to go.
I'll get it up.
It's the one getting up, yeah.
You have to take them all in.
Yeah. Go on. So they're going back, and we've got it in, haven't we? We've got the one that we want. So we've successfully separated off the cow that we need, and I've just run up the lane to open the gate, and the two breeding cows and calves at foot are going back into the field. Then next up, we'll load the cow in question into the trailer, fingers crossed. Quietly does it. Go on. As you can see, we're just really focusing on trying to keep the cow nice and quiet. So Nick, do you want to come behind this gate and I'll go behind that one?
You won't just draw forward a bit. It's a bit, Nick. You can't get this bloody door out. Go on. Up you get. What's this?
Loads!
Can you fill that in for me?
Right.
Come on, big lad. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. You know, we've just brought one of our mature Highland bullocks up to Metrics. It's also, I mean, I'm a bit of a softie. It's also a bit of a hard day, because we get very attached to them, but it's had a good life and been well looked after, and at the bottom line is that's why we keep them. They're not there just to look at. We bring them to this slaughterhouse here because we trust them. It's very quiet on a small scale, and the animals are not stressed. There's no other animals bawling out or in distress, and he just walked out of the thing and into the pen as good as gold. So that's been this morning's job.
So yeah, it's a weird feeling when you know that what the fate will be. We know that the animal will be slaughtered today. And just to reiterate what Dad said, we trust them there, and we also feel like the animals had the best possible life as long as we possibly could leave it. The cow has reached full maturity, and really the meat would start to degrade in quality if it was left any longer. So it's a fully mature cow. It's been born and lived its whole life at Dale Farm, and we've just made a 45-minute journey to this quiet slaughterhouse, and that's its last day. So in terms of stress, we think it's been minimal, and we feel like we've done the best that we can.
Yeah, the last thing we have to do now is a little bit of admin. When the cattle tracing system, any cattle onto the farm, which isn't very often in our case, mainly off the farm, have to be registered with the British Cattle Movement Society. And Joanna now very helpfully does it online for us, so that's a great help.
Having shared some of the bits about sending the cow off and also showing new lambs being born on my Instagram, yesterday I had a few people saying that they feel guilty to eat meat after seeing cute lambs being born, and also that they think that taking the cow was murder and it was heartless and cruel and we shouldn't do it. And so I just wanted to say a little bit about what I'm passionate about, which is the standard of care that we give to the animals and the life that we give them. So we keep them for longer, all of them. We don't really produce lamb, we produce hogget because I don't have the heart to send them ourselves to be slaughtered before they're age 1. So generally age 1 to 2. The same with the pork. The pigs are normally a year old before they go to be slaughtered. And the cows are between 3 and 5 years old when they go. So they're having an extended life compared to commercially how animals would normally live. In addition to that, they're living outdoors, they're eating a natural diet, they're not being force-fed high protein food to get them big and fat and to size fast. We're doing it slowly, we're doing it as naturally and as kindly as we can. And so we think that what we produce is of a very good quality. And I prefer to eat meat where I know the standard that it's had, of care, the life that it's had. I prefer that than just picking up food from the supermarket and having no clue where it's come from or the processes behind it. Yesterday I was feeling really burnt out about my responsibilities here on the farm. The whole prospect of having to keep cooking meals and having slightly restricted access to the shops and restricted access to ingredients. When you get there, they don't have the things that you want. And it's always my job to be chief cook and washer-upper. So I was feeling fed up about it. But today I've dug some bits out of the freezer. All of our own produce, some lamb and some gammon, and I'm going to get busy and get some food on the go. I'm doing some slow cooking a piece of gammon today. So I've got some cloves, star anise, peppercorns, garlic, bay, the ham, and I'm just going to drop in an orange and get that slow cooking. Okay, so I started off with some minced lamb here, diced onion and carrot. And I'm just going to pop in with that some mixed herbs, mint and just general mixed Italian herbs, and just cook all of that down. Meanwhile, on a pan, I've got some potatoes to boil away. I'm going to add some frozen peas to the mix. Once potatoes are cooked, I'm just going to chop them up and then add those into your lamb dish, like so. Combine it all together, give it a really good stir. I also add a little bit of soy and also some oxo, beef oxo, and then leave it all to combine, and later I'm going to make pasties. Here I've got a pre-made puff pastry baking sheet that I've cut down to size, washed with milk around the edges, popped the filling in just enough so it's not going to explode, and then I'm pressing down to get the edges to seal. Then I'm going to take a fork and just create a crimp along all the edges with the fork. It looks nice and it makes sure that the parcel is fully sealed. And then to finish off, wash over with the milk wash again, and it's ready to go. Pop it on a baking sheet and then into an oven, 200 degrees C for about 25 minutes. Okay, here they are, just out the oven. They look good to me. Right, a few hours later and it has cooked down and it looks quite unappetizing in the pan, but I'm going to throw away the cooking liquid. I'm going to scrape off the fat and then I will show you what is left. So I don't know how easy this is going to be. So this is what we're left with, the cooked ham, and that will shred down beautifully, and I can use it for any number of things over the next few days. Ham sandwiches, ham salads, perhaps maybe even put it in a ham and leek pie, who knows. And here it is, a nice bowl of shredded ham, good to go. I do hope you have enjoyed seeing the process behind sending an animal to be slaughtered, and seeing also how we like to celebrate the animal through the food that I produce in our kitchen. We eat all of our own lamb, pork and beef, and we rarely have any meat that we buy in. So for me, it's a pleasure to be able to cook with our own produce. I hope you've enjoyed seeing it too. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video, and I'll be bringing you more updates soon. See you next time. Bye.